Montana State closes out non-conference play on Saturday when the Wagner College Seahawks make the trip to Bozeman. With Jason Alvin, I'm Jay Sanderson. Jason, 2 games in, Montana State's 1-1. What's your read on how things have gone at this point?
Well, obviously, I think you have to be happy with 1-1 against 2 playoff teams from the Missouri Valley Conference. I think is the big answer to the question of how are they going to start this season with the question mark at quarterback. Obviously that's the major question right now. Troy Anderson starts game 1, you get the win. Tucker Rovig in game 2, obviously in a tough environment at South Dakota State. Bobcats don't come out on top, but I think all in all and overall, a lot of questions can be answered if you go 1-0 on Saturday and get to 2-1.
Well, this is the last game before starting the conference schedule next week. With that in mind, what needs to happen for the Bobcats to get everything moving in the right direction?
One, what's the status of Troy Anderson? What's he going to play going forward? Is he going to play quarterback? Obviously he played Saturday with the cast on his hand. Is he going to be your quarterback? Is he going to be your running back? Is he going to be a linebacker? That's the major question of just trying to figure out what you can do offensively once that question is answered. Then going from there, the big question, you got to be able to run the ball.
I was going to say, that's my next question. How can the offense go about establishing the run, because that certainly has got to be one of the big priorities this week?
Well, it has to be. You have a veteran offensive line that returns 4 starters, and you had 23 carries for 29 yards against South Dakota State. And granted, we talked ad nauseum about how good their defense was, but you've got to be able to find somebody that can gain more than 4 yards of a long on the season through 2 games from the running back position. And the guys they have back there have talent. You just have to find the right mix and get a guy more than 4 or 5 opportunities to touch the ball.
The defense, and particularly the front 7, will again be tested this week by Wagner's running back Ryan Foles. He's a big play threat. He led the Northeast Conference last year in rushing, 4th in the nation. What kind of challenge does he present?
Well, he's 5'11", 195 pounds, and he has breakaway speed. He's got big play ability, but what I've noticed from him on film is the fact that he makes a cut and he goes. He gets to the hole. He doesn't kind of dance around. He's going to find that seam and he's going to get up in there. And then if he doesn't like what he sees, he has the vision to bounce it outside and take it to the house.
So what can the defense do to corral him and limit his effectiveness?
You've got to stay at home. You've got to stay in your alley. You can't just come in there, duck your head, and expect you're going to knock this guy back into next week. You've got to come solid. You've got to wrap him up and not let him make that extra move to get 4, 5, 6 extra yards.
Well, Montana State wraps up the non-conference part of the schedule on Saturday when it hosts Wagner. We'll be there for all of it. So we invite you to join Jason, Dan Davies, and me for the broadcast all across the Bobcat Sports Network or on the TuneIn app. Our pregame coverage takes the air at noon with kickoff set for just after 1 o'clock. With Jason Alvin, I'm Jay Sanderson for MSUBobcats.com.